So let's take a look at another unique case here. So this is ones where we rotate, notice about the y-axis. And so anytime you're rotating about a vertical line, so y-axis or even x equals line that we'll get to, this is going to be with respect to y. So keep that in the back of your mind here. It's going to be dy as our variable of integration. And so if I sketch what this looks like first, we have the y equals x cubed function, which is just something that looks kind of like this through the origin. We have y equals 2, and we also have x equals 0, which is really the y-axis there. And so this is the little region that we're referring to that's bounded by all three of those lines. And in this case, you're rotating things about the y-axis. And so when you rotate it this way, we still kind of get that almost that similar shape to what we started with today with a acorn looking or a bullet type shape. But notice it's solid all the way through. Since it's with you're rotating about the y-axis here, our cross sections now are going to be perpendicular to the y-axis. So I'm going to slice it this way. And if you slice it perpendicular to the y-axis, notice in this case it's solid all the way through, so you're still going to get a circle in this case. And so to find volume, we'd be integrating the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. But know that it's going to be dy this time. So that means we want our equations in terms of y. So we need to solve this for x. In fact, if I solve that for x by taking the cube root, x is going to equal the cube root of y. And so the setup here, if I looks like my bounds are going to be the y bounds. So notice it's going to go from 0 to positive 2. So the bounds are 0 to 2. And so it's really about finding the radius here, which the radius is now going to be a horizontal distance. And anytime you do a horizontal distance, we're going to do right minus left, the rightmost function minus the leftmost function. So in this case, it's going to be the cube root function in terms of y, and then minus the 0 function there that represents the y-axis. So the radius in this case is going to be the cube root of y minus 0, or in this case right minus left when we're doing horizontal distance. So if I plug that in for my radius, the setup's simply going to be 0 to 2 pi, and it's going to be the cube root of y squared. If you were to fully work this out, you could just do reverse power rule here, because putting this into exponential form, that's going to read as y to the 2/3 power. And so if I factor out a pi there, it looks like you're just doing reverse power rule with y to the 2/3. And so we get pi, and then reverse power rule looks like gives you 3/5 y to the 5/3, subbing in 0 and 2. And then at that stage you can get your answer by doing FTC Part 2 work there. So this is one where, like I said, is with respect to y, so we're going to take a look at a couple of those, and then we're going to move on to other lines here. And then the last topic is looking at some strange shapes. So let's take a look at one more here, rotating about the y-axis again. And so remember, if it's about the y-axis, we should be thinking dy, and your bounds are with respect to y. I'm going to add one thing to this problem. I'm going to say that we're going to focus on just quadrant 1 here for this problem, because you're going to notice it overlaps a couple places. But if I sketch this out just in quadrant 1, the y equals x cubed is going to look something like this, and then y equals x is going to go through the origin. So the region that we're just referring to is going to be just this little region here, but I know that it also intersects down below. But for the sake of this problem, we're just going to focus on that quadrant 1 here. You are rotating about the y-axis this time, and so if I rotate about the y-axis, what you get is this sort of hollowed out acorn shape. But notice it is hollow inside, and so anytime there's a gap involved that you could maybe fill it up with water or snacks, then the setup is going to be the washer method. So big R squared minus little r squared. And remember, it's with respect to y. And so our bounds are going to be where they meet in the y values there. So in this case, from the origin of the y value of 0 to where they meet, and you can think about that mentally or set those equal to each other algebraically. But they do meet at 1 as well. So our bounds are from 0 to 1. Notice the bigger radius here is going to be this horizontal distance to the outer function. But remember, we're doing things with respect to y, so that means we want to look at this y equals x cubed function as really x equals the cube root of y. And we want to look at this y equals x function as really x equals y. And so that bigger radius, which is that horizontal distance, ends up being from that cube root of y function minus 0, so right minus left. So the bigger radius ends up being cube root of y minus 0. The smaller radius ends up being looks like the linear function there, so it ends up being the y minus 0 as that horizontal distance. And so the setup would be 0 to 1 pi cube root of y squared minus pi y in parentheses squared, and it's dy. But after the setup here, which is the more difficult part, you can factor out a pi and just do reverse power rule to evaluate this integral. So I'll let you work this out by hand to determine the answer on your own.